Hello, everyone. Welcome. Wednesday Stream Squad.
Woo-woo. Hi.
I'm Dan.
I'm Angela.
Whitney.
We have Angela and Whitney. We almost have the full team here.
Yeah, Nick should be popping back in a minute.
Legend has it that on, what is today's date? Wednesday, July 19th, 2017 is the day that we have the full team together once again on the stream. So, Nick's just finishing up a call. He should be in here in no time at all.
I had to duck out last week because I had this ridiculous cough. I couldn't sit still for more than like 10 seconds without coughing, and I didn't want to interrupt our stream last week. So I was quarantined to corner office until that subsided. So I'm back this week.
We're very happy you're back this week too.
Yeah.
How's the week going for you guys? Good week so far?
Yeah, good week so far. Monday we had a team outing. We streamed to our page on Monday from a place called Flying Axes. It's like a bowling alley where you throw sharp objects at targets. So that was fun. Team bonding time.
Yeah.
Real talk. Literally everybody needs this in their hometown. Like it's the greatest
so much
stress reliever of all time.
Like I had never done anything like it before, and they actually take you and they have like 5 coaches there, and they show you what to do and different ways to throw the axe, how to flip the axe, and then we had like 2 hours of just unlimited time to either practice or compete against one another, and it was a great workout. I actually skipped my appointment at the gym to go throw axes, and I was still super sore the next day. So I won. Yeah. I definitely won with that.
It's super fun. I went back in April for my birthday, or May or something like that, and it was a blast. So I was like, hey, if we're gonna do a group outing somewhere, we should go to this place. You
know what I should do right now?
What?
I should play some of the videos we have from it.
You should.
So.
Yeah, we did some video.
Yeah, and Nick and Whitney had the fancy Snapchat spectacles.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Check that out. This is from Nick's view.
Yeah, great point of view shots.
I think he snags, the bullseye. So it was pretty fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, It was a blast.
But here's a slow-mo of Nick showing us how it's all done.
Yeah, if you're in the Louisville, Kentucky area, check out Flying Axes. If you're not, see if there's an axe throwing place in your city. And if there's not, maybe you guys should start an axe throwing place in your city.
Right?
Yeah, so the guy who started it here in Louisville, he had gone to a wedding in Canada.
It's a bachelor party.
Bachelor party in Canada, and that's what they did. And he was like, this is great. And so he opened his own place here in Louisville, and it's super fun. I think their grand opening to like the public is next weekend.
I think
the 29th.
Next Saturday.
29th,
yeah, it's the 29th.
So currently they've just been doing like private parties and stuff. But I think are we gonna try to do video for that? I think we talked about it to their page. We might try to do some.
Yeah, it's in the works. Stay
really
tuned.
Cool.
I've got some
Maybe
emails out with some people, so hopefully you can tune in, or we'll share it out, I'm sure, and you can check out the Flying Axes grand opening. Should be a really good time.
Yeah.
Anyway, should we hop right into it?
Yeah, let's hop into the stream. Let's do this.
All right. So, of course, we always like to start out with some industry news and whatnot. And I don't know if you've noticed on our Facebook page. I can probably pull this up, can't I?
Yeah. So on Facebook, you can now, instead of just having cover photos, so that big image at the top of your Facebook page or your business page on Facebook, you can now have cover videos. So if you have a visual product of some kind, or if you want to show some kind of, not commercial necessarily, but some kind of looping video in your cover, you can do that now.
Yeah, so you can kind of see, I've just got our Facebook page up. You probably saw it just, go into the page or whatnot.
Yeah. They can be anywhere from 20 to 90 seconds long, I believe.
Yeah. I've actually, hold on, let me pull that up. I took some notes. It's 20 to 90 seconds long, and they recommend the settings to be 820 by 462 pixels, I think is what it is, which is a weird kind of ratio.
Yeah. But fine. Facebook's prerogative to make things interesting for us. Yeah. So I encourage you all to try it out. Try to create some video and put that in your cover photo area, cover video area. It's a great way to take your branding to the next level, because the cover photo itself is great. It's a great way to do that, but the video really takes it up a notch. let
hey,
people really
you know what
see
I think we
you're
should
doing.
do? This is just me completely brainstorming right now,
Uh-huh.
but I think we should, in the Switcher Studio Enthusiast page, have everybody send us like a 5-second clip of their favorite stream, and we will update our
header.
Our header.
Awesome, yeah.
with.
All right,
So if you're not in the here, Angela, you want to talk about the enthusiast group a little bit? I know we
Yeah.
mentioned every week, but it's always nice to remind
it's always
everybody.
nice to do. We get, most of the new people we have joining come in after the stream each week, so thank you guys for tuning in. But it's called Switcher Studio Enthusiasts. You can find it by going to facebook.com/groups/Switcher Studio or just searching Switcher Studio Enthusiasts. But I think we've hit 500 members actually at this point.
Hit 500 members,
Yeah,
which is great.
so it's a very quickly growing community. People will share links to video projects they've done with Switcher Studio. People will also share tips and tricks. They can ask questions, and it's great for users and for us. We like to scroll through and see examples of what you guys have done. There's a little bit of everything in there. So if you guys have not joined, go to Switcher Studio Enthusiasts, hit the join group button. There's a short survey with a few questions that just tells us how you're using Switcher Studio. So make sure to fill that out. We'll let you in the group, and you guys can get started immediately. It's definitely a great place to be.
So a little later, I guess, after the stream's over, one of us will get in the group and post
the link.
a link into the description or into the comments of this video, but then we'll go into the group and we'll make a post about the cover video. So if you want to submit a clip of video from a Switcher production that you'd like to see in our group cover photo, you can add it there in the comments of that
I think that'd be
post.
really cool.
Yeah, I think
that's
that'd be
actually
really neat.
something else we're working towards, or hopefully going to have soon, is kind of like a landing page for Switcher created content where like if it's tagged with hashtag made with Switcher or something, it's going to show up in a list, and then so you can kind of just tune in and see whatever's being made with Switcher at the time, or cool things, get more ideas for your own productions, or I'm looking forward to seeing that.
It'll be really great because right now I've been doing like a quarterly made with Switcher roundup, and that's really just coming from the user group. I'm going through and finding cool videos, and that's how I've been collecting them. So this will be really cool to have a page that is constantly updating and refreshing. I don't know when that'll be live, but it's something to look forward to. Coming
soon to a computer screen near you.
Right.
I'm really interested to see what people do with the Facebook covers, because I know they've had profile videos for a bit, but a lot of people don't really use them. I usually see, a static profile picture, and then whether it's a personal timeline or a page, people have like kind of their more advertisement who I am as their cover photo. So I think the videos are going to be really good, similar to how YouTube has that, 30-second to a minute, what my channel's about kind of thing.
Yes.
I think a lot of people are going to have fun with the cover videos, and that's going to help them brand what they're doing even more.
Right, and that really tells a story about how Facebook is kind of emulating other content creation sites, because Facebook is prioritizing live video and video in general. They're pulling inspiration from places like YouTube and how they set up their creators for success with these interesting new ways to showcase what they do. So I think you're absolutely right. The cover photo to video situation is very much like that YouTube intro section. So
I should do a couple shout outs here. Mike says, hello, Stream Squad. Fernando, thank you for sharing out our video. Oh, hey, Whitney Mattingly joined. That's cool.
Hey, yeah, that's me.
Whitney.
I'm scrolling through on my phone trying to make sure I'm keeping an eye on comments and stuff.
Yeah. Eric says hi.
Hi,
Eric.
He says, so glad to see everyone on stream, which... Oh,
Just about.
Oh, here it comes.
Run.
Here he comes. Nick.
Hi.
For those of you who don't know, right there. Let me make sure our shots still look good. Yeah, it looks all right. Tim Flanagan, the video guy. Hello. And then Jason was asking, the 3 cameras, are those iPads? Yes, they are.
They
Where am I
are.
looking?
Wherever you want. I'll follow you.
Dan will fix it. Cool.
I'll fix it. We'll fix it. Yeah, fix it live. We'll do it live.
Are you in charge this week?
Am I in charge? No, I don't think I'm in charge, but we'll see.
Okay, you get
Just
the
a
list.
quick recap to
Catch Nick
to catch Nick up. We try and plan. We're actually thinking, we do meetings beforehand to kind of come up with what we're going to talk about on the stream and whatnot on Monday. We're actually thinking, one of the pieces of strategy, and we should kind of talk about our strategy and how we put it together. Maybe we'll do that on next week's show, but just so Nick knows where we are with everything, we kind of just introduced. Yeah, we talked about some axe throwing, and
the videos.
Yeah,
and stuff.
Yeah.
it was your time to shine. You got slow mo of Nick and first person Nick throwing axes.
I was feeling good. It was fun.
Landing some bullseyes there. It was good.
And then we also talked about some Facebook cover videos.
Okay.
Oh, on the fly, came up with something. We're going to have people in the enthusiast group send us pictures, and that group will update the cover photo of that.
To be a video.
Of people's videos.
I like it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That'd be cool.
So do that. I guess if you want to go ahead and maybe talk about Kinemaster and the updates they're doing, I'm going to readjust these shots a little bit just to get a little more headroom for you. Hi, Nick.
Yeah.
Hi.
Go ahead and get thrown into everything.
So with Switcher, you can edit while you shoot. That is recorded on your iPhone or iPad. You can also take that into post-production with Switcher Media Manager. You can use that in Final Cut Pro. You can also handbrake videos and use it in Avid and Premiere and some other desktop editing solutions. There is a mobile editor that we really like called Kinemaster. It started out as an Android solution, and they've recently ported to iOS. We are friends, and we are working on an integration that will allow you to use Switcher and Kinemaster together. More on that later. Almost ready, but need a little more time. But the cool thing with Kinemaster is they recently added an update that makes it much easier to use on iPad. So the first release of Kinemaster on iOS was primarily built for the phone interface, the small screen. And they just pushed out an update that allows you to better use the product on iPads, which is also great for Switcher. We've got a lot of users that are using iPads as their primary device. You can do it all from a phone, but I think there's a lot of you out there that are using the iPad for the switching. There's more real estate. It's a little easier to see what's going on and use some of the more advanced features. So now you can take that recording, that local recording from your productions, and take it straight into Kinemaster. You can do that today without any special integration. And what we're working on is, for those of you that are using director mode, to trigger recording on all of the cameras. You'll be able to take that project and copy everything to your camera roll automatically and push that into Kinemaster where your whole project shows up. So all of your cameras are synced, all of your switches are already there, and you can grab those cuts and adjust them and bring in new images and lower thirds and titles. And we're really excited about the synergy of these two products and what that's going to help allow people to do with mobile video production. So Kinemaster, check it out. There's a free version with a watermark on it. They do charge a subscription like we do with Switcher Studio, but you get access to a lot of assets and other things that you can use with their software as well. And here very soon it's going to play very nice with Switcher. So something to check out, get more familiar with, and super excited about their new iPad UI update.
just kind of messing around with some of their beta stuff. It's pretty cool. I can't wait for it.
Yeah.
Before we move on, a couple more shout outs. Anna Barr says, hey guys. I think that's for Nick and Whitney over there.
Yeah, she was my maid of honor. Hi, Anna.
Howard says, thanks for the great support, Angela. Yeah, Angela's our lead.
Welcome.
She's the person you talk to there. And Tim asked what brand or what's the model of the mic? Which mic is it? Are you asking about, Tim? One of the shotguns or the handheld that I have in front of me?
Or many mics.
If you just comment again, I can probably let you know.
We can come back to that.
Yeah, we can come back to that.
Comments.
Yeah, we'll answer some questions at the end.
Cool.
Go right back at it.
Yeah, so something else that we've gotten a couple questions about is the NewTek NDI Spark. Do you want to talk about that, Nick?
Okay, so you can jump in at any point. Dan, you might be a little familiar with this as well. NewTek was a pioneer in the mobile production space. They built the TriCaster that you see in a lot of athletic facilities and schools, and for mobile productions that allows you to use traditional cameras, wire them up to a box and make something that looks like a TV production. Switcher is similar, but even more mobile because we're using iOS devices, and Teradek has really doubled down on really pushing the quality of what you can do with videos. They have new hardware-software combos that support 4K. They're rolling out new hardware. They recently developed their own protocol called NDI for managing video over IP or using Ethernet cables instead of SDI cables and still having to power everything. And through NDI, they've been able to take their more high-end professional video switching solutions that start at $10,000 and go from there, and use those with multiple systems where they can communicate with one another, use those with newer cameras on the market that support IP video. And they opened up NDI so that other groups could use this technology in their products. It's really started to take a hold, and I think they might have something that could end up being a standard in the IP video space. Livestream has recently adopted it for some of their solutions as well. And Teradek has taken it to the next level and announced a new product called the Spark. It's a box the size of a deck of cards that you can connect a camera to and user it over a network with NDI. It does not work with Switcher. So Switcher is iOS devices, iPhones, iPads, iPod Touch. We have our own protocol that allows us to sync devices on the fly and make mobile production with these devices a good experience. NDI requires a little more resources than we're able to squeeze out of these devices today. Maybe something that we'll visit in the future, but for those of you that are familiar with Teradek and NewTek, TriCaster and NewTek, this is something that will work with their solutions. We'll add more flexibility and make it easier for you to take a standard traditional camera and turn it into an IP camera or use it wirelessly with their solutions. And maybe something we can explore with Switcher one day. I know we've got some pro users out there that are doing pretty high-end setups. So we're looking out for you. We're paying attention. This might be something that we take a look at.
Yeah, I mean, right now, like Nick was saying, it's kind of, I feel like, out of the hardware capacity for the iPads, but these devices are just getting better and better. So hopefully soon we'll be able to do some crazy things like that. I'm hopeful.
All right, so what's next on the docket?
So we've gotten a lot of questions lately in the user group about streaming to different places on Facebook. So there are different kind of protocols and workflows depending on where you want to stream to.
So not streaming at the same time, but
streaming to different places. So if I am Whitney and I want to stream to my Facebook page, that's pretty straightforward. I get into the Switcher app, I make sure I'm connected via my account, and then I stream to my timeline. Well, it's not really. They don't use
timeline newsfeed. Your space.
Yeah.
Not my space.
So that's pretty straightforward. And doing it to a business page adds a little bit of complexity. You have to be an admin on that page or a live contributor on that page in order to stream to a business page. Then you add even more complexity to it if you want to stream to, say, a group. If you want to stream to a group, you have to be an admin in that group. You can't just stream to a group page. So if you wanted to stream to the Facebook page or the group that we have, the Switcher Studio Enthusiast group, you would have to be an admin on that group in order to do so. You can always stream to your timeline and then share it within the group, but the way that Facebook manages privacy makes it slightly more complicated to stream into groups and things like that. So we've gotten a lot of questions about it where someone wants to stream to their business page, and then they also have questions about, like, well, if I'm in this group, can I stream as my business page into this group? Because business pages cannot be members of groups.
It's Whitney as an admin of this page and also an admin of this group. It's Whitney as an individual streaming in those places.
Yeah, so I couldn't log in as Switcher Studio and stream as Switcher Studio into the Switcher Studio Enthusiast group because the page itself is the owner of that video.
We have to play this on like half speed.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
it
trying
gets
to keep up.
tricky.
Yeah.
It's tricky. And so, there's been a thread going in our user group asking questions about how you can manage these different ways of streaming. So the answer is me as Whitney. I can stream as myself. I can stream to the Switcher Studio page. I can stream to the Switcher Studio enthusiast group.
Because you're an admin.
Because I'm an admin. But I cannot stream as Switcher Studio into the user group. So it's a little weird, but that's how Facebook has kind of managed all of that.
If anyone wants to draw a picture, you can draw
Yeah,
it.
maybe we'll make a
Right.
flow chart.
We do have some very detailed stuff on
We
the
do,
blog
yes.
and in our knowledge base, just to help you guys get that set up if you want to stream as a business or just
Yeah,
in
or if you want to
general.
know more about the live contributor role, a lot of people have had questions about that, where Facebook has opened it up where you don't have to be an admin on a business page to stream to that page. You can be listed as a live contributor, so the only thing you can contribute to that business page is live video. So that's another way you can do that. We have blog posts on the live
Yeah.
contributor role. We have blog posts on being able to stream to groups and events. So check those out. They're more detailed. They go into it a little bit more, but we've had a lot of questions about the nuances of admin rights and that kind of thing lately. So
Yeah.
I'm
thought
an
we would address
admin on
that.
a lot of Facebook pages and groups that I'm not actively involved in because we've participated as a sponsor or at the conference, and we're streaming to their pages, to their groups, and I've had I have full access to everything on their accounts, and that can be really scary depending on your organization or your relationship with that individual. As someone that is consulting or contracted to do video and showing up to make video for someone else,
Mhm.
so you do have to manage that through Facebook permissions, and I think it'd be cool if we drew a picture.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'll work on a flow chart or
Flow
something.
chart, yeah,
so.
that actually would probably
Yeah,
be pretty helpful.
I'll work on that.
And one thing that I get asked a lot just on the support side is, if someone is wanting to get it 2 different places at once, they'll ask, I want to put it on my timeline and my page. Which do I stream to? Which do I share to? And my recommendation, if you're trying to get it on your Facebook page whatsoever, that needs to be where the stream is, because Facebook pages will notify all the followers that way that you're live, and then you can still share it onto your timeline or share it into a group you're an admin of and see it that way. But if you post it on your page first, let's say your timeline, and share it to your Facebook page, it's not going to alert anyone. So you're not going to have that immediate, this page is live right now. So if you're trying to do a combination, always make sure that you select your business page as where you share your stream to first, and then you can share it to your timeline, your event, your group, places like that.
Yes.
That way you don't lose that immediate notification.
on the flip side, and this is a complete contradiction to what you said, this is a really important point, especially regarding notifications. But what we've observed across the board with content on Facebook is that they prioritize content from individuals more so than businesses. So if it's something where you are streaming as yourself, where it's okay that you are the personal brand, that's the home or the source for the content, that could be something to take into consideration. It's just Facebook is a place for real people to share real experiences, and streaming content from your page has benefits as well. But if you want to do it for business or within a group, starting there as the source is going to make sure you take advantage of the notifications that are built in, and you can always share it out from there.
Yeah, and I think you have to consider your bubble, your network on Facebook. So if your network of people you want to reach is more connected to your personal page or your personal brand, then that's a good place to start. But if your major bubble that you want to hit are the people that like your business page or your official page, that's where you would start. So I think you really just have to look at it from a personal standpoint. So when you're going to go live, you look at, where do I go first, and then go from there. So I think you're both right, but I think it depends on you personally. So
Cool.
yeah. If you have any more questions about that, let us know. We'd love to cover that more. I see a blog post in my future.
With the flow chart.
Yeah, with the flow chart. Yeah, it'd be great.
We'll put Whitney in charge of that one.
Yeah. So I think we have a couple more comments in here. Let's see. Hi, Skylar.
Howdy.
What's up?
Yes, hi Skylar again. He's the guy Tim introduced, right? I think.
Yeah, the 10-year-old content creator.
Right.
Yes, cool.
I hope everyth's going well. I hope you can use Switcher.
And if you do use Switcher, let us know. Hashtag it madewithswitcher. We love seeing what you guys are doing. Let's see. Dana. Oh, you recently started using Switcher to broadcast. That's awesome.
Welcome to the club.
Welcome. Yes. Broadcast
Join
bands.
the Switcher Studio Enthusiast group.
Yes.
Yes, join the user group and put links to your videos in there. We love seeing that stuff. And we always like to feature videos from our users in our weekly broadcasts. Speaking of. Well, you have.
Where this happens.
Yeah. So we have a couple videos to showcase from the user group. One kind of topical. I don't know if you guys watch Game of Thrones at all, but it feels like we've been waiting forever.
So
it does require an HBO subscription, so it's not something everybody.
It's not something everyone watches, but it does seem like the collective consciousness of the United States is very Game of Thrones centered right now.
So before I put this video live, or we show this video, I just have to say, what could possibly be more exciting than watching paint dry? Right?
Yeah.
It's
this. Watching ice melt. So
go ahead and talk about it. Yeah.
Huffington Post Entertainment used Switcher Studio to stream a block of ice.
It's a hype video.
It was before the Game of Thrones premiere, and I thought it was just brilliant. They froze a White Walker in a block of ice, and they streamed that block of ice melting.
Action figure.
Yeah, it's an action figure. It's not like an
Not the real thing?
Not the real thing.
Just a mini version.
It's great. I thought it was incredible. So here's that.
I had to speed it up a little bit so you can actually see it melting. But
yeah, because they streamed it for how long? Like an hour or something?
This is not the real-time play. Dan did some special effects here so we could see what's going on. 'Cause this thing went for hours. I think it had like 250,000 views.
Yeah.
A ton of great comments. So
yeah.
Just
pretty hilarious.
what people will tune in to watch, right?
And as we mentioned on our previous broadcast, we're showing someone else's content. Ask for permission if you're going to feature or show someone else's content.
Anytime we bring in content from our users, we always ask for permission first. We want to make sure that we're playing nice and also giving them some love. It's not just us hyping our own product. It's us showing what other people are doing with it and hyping them up too. So
one of the best part about doing this stuff is seing what other people make with it.
It's great because I never would have thought to do something like that. Like it's hilarious. They did video of a block of ice melting and it totally works.
BuzzFeed's first live videos was wrapping a ton of rubber bands around a watermelon until it exploded, and it's this really long form, like just weird thing that you build an audience. It's a broadcast that goes for hours and hours and hours, and it's going to take a block of ice a long time to melt, and it's probably not the most exciting thing to sit there and watch for 10 or 15 minutes, but coming in and out of it and sharing that and just like finding the quirkiness of it is a good hype machine.
Yeah, it is. It's great. I love seeing what you guys do. So we have another user video. There's one of our users in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Yeah, Bowling Green.
Yeah, so he's been doing video using Switcher for his church for quite a long time. The videos look incredible. But this most recent video he shared with us was his re-enlistment ceremony for the military. So I thought that was really great. He used Switcher.
He did he had you can't see it in the video here, but before he went live, he had the broadcast will begin shortly in there. So he's using some graphics, and he has the picture-in-picture. Thank you for what you do as well.
Yeah. Thank you for your service, and thanks for using Switcher. This is beautiful. We love seeing, all the things that you do with it, with the church, and with, showcasing your re-enlistment ceremony. That's incredible.
Yeah.
So.
And as Whitney said, he's been doing video for a while. We've been able to talk to him a few times, and we love seeing the videos he does produce for his church. So if anyone's, maybe starting up a church live feed or just wanting to see an example of what people do with Switcher, make sure to go to the Facebook page for Real Life Church. They have broadcasts every week, and what they do is incredible.
Yeah, they do. It's a really great example of what you can achieve live streaming. So I like that a lot. Let's see. We got any questions here? Dana says, can someone list out the groups here so we can join? Yes, we will add that as soon as the broadcast is over. If
we should maybe make a graphic for the weekly broadcast because we're plugging this every time.
Yeah, we should. But so I'll add the link to the group as soon as the broadcast is over so we can get that to you. Mike says, ask for permission when streaming live to events. Yes. So permission is it's one of those things that people will not ask for and then get dinged for, or will create bad blood between event organizers and that kind of thing. So the best way to approach any situation is always ask for permission first.
Be proactive.
Be proactive about things. You want to do things well and you want to do things right. And so
they'll promote it in a lot of cases too.
Yes, that's also true.
It's probably something they're not thinking about, and if you can bring value there, everybody wins. So.
Yes, absolutely. And so for the last thing I think we were going to talk about was, so networking is one of those things that we talk about with Switcher. You need a good network setup in order to have all your devices connect over the same Wi-Fi. And one of the things that we've used for a while have been pocket routers.
I'm just going to get the watch out. I know where it is. I'm going to go get ours.
Okay.
That's my next question.
Yeah, so it's a D-Link pocket router that we have used in the past, but turns out, construction again. So there's these pocket routers that we've used for a ton of productions, and we really, really like using them, and we would love to recommend them to people, but it turns out they aren't made anymore in any form, really.
They exist, but we're seeing more of the low-end tier pocket routers that don't support 5 gigahertz, which we recommend for better productions. And this one in particular did a lot of really cool things that were great for Switcher. This is the D-Link AC750. They're probably on eBay. Don't buy them. They don't exist. They're not supported. But it was really cool because it was a USB battery. You could charge your devices with it. It would also create a Wi-Fi bubble that you could pair multiple devices to. So if you're doing an offline production, it was a good way to quickly sync up devices. This device also had a Ethernet port. So if there was a dedicated wired connection, you could tap into that, use this as your access point to pair your devices, and still use that dedicated hardwired connection. So it was great going into new venues or locations where we weren't as familiar with the Wi-Fi or didn't have access to IT or being able to change settings, and made it much easier for us to go in and know with confidence that the devices could see one another because they're using hardware that was going to work for us. And then for that outgoing connection, we could use the wired Ethernet. This device also supported 5 gigahertz AC Wi-Fi, and you could do a wireless bridge. So if you didn't have the wired connection to pop into, you could go into the settings and pair it with an existing Wi-Fi connection for uplink. So awesome hub for communication between devices. It's just like, it was a dream come true. I wanted to buy a shipload of them and put Switcher stickers on them, but we couldn't afford it. And now they don't exist.
Yeah, and we've kind of talked about why that is, that these things aren't made anymore. And it's really, you consider cell phones have
right.
I will say most cell phones.
Real quick, it's not just this model. It's pocket routers in general
are going.
Bigger players like D-Link, you don't see as much. It's smaller companies, it's Chinese companies that are developing these. You can do a quick search on Google or Amazon and you'll find options. And there's some decent pocket routers out there for $30 or $40, but most of them are 24 or 2.4 gigahertz. They don't support the 5 gigahertz that we recommend, and they don't have all of the features that we saw in this particular device. So we've been searching high and low. I know David, our autographer, sends us links all the time. Is like, is this it? Is this the one? Like, will this work? And I have to tell him,
Yeah, no, sorry.
Probably hold
not.
off on that, which isn't the answer that we want to give. So we've been looking for solutions, and they just
don't really exist right now.
Rest in peace. We should have made a little headstone. It's rest in peace, pocket routers.
Yeah.
So going into your comment, why?
Yeah, why aren't they a thing anymore? And it's really, if you think about, most everyone has access to a cell phone that can be turned into a hotspot. So having access to the internet with this isn't really necessary anymore, because I can be at a hotel somewhere and I can turn on my phone's hotspot and connect my laptop to that hotspot and surf the web or do whatever I need to do.
Or at least get on Facebook or check your email from your phone without needing another device.
All of those kind of pieces combined, I think, kind of spelled the death of the pocket router, which is really unfortunate.
We loved
it.
That D-Link, we've done some crazy things with that thing.
Yeah,
it's just a little...
We've been able to stream from so many places with it.
So to give you an idea, a couple of years ago we were doing video at NAB, which if you've ever been to the NAB, you know how terrible the internet is there, or trying to use the internet because everyone's doing it.
If you open your Wi-Fi settings, the list
the list of Wi-Fi networks is just a mile long.
So, I mean, we were just doing recording. We weren't streaming, but I was able to just have that in my back pocket, that router right there. And it was enough to have the cameras connect. Now, I was dropping frames like crazy, but when I used director mode after the fact, it looked great. And, yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So that's really sad, and we don't have a good solution. Pocket routers that have comparable features that we saw on this particular device have been really hard to come by. This one I think we bought for around $100 when it was first available, and they're going for like $300 used on eBay. There's maybe some deals out there, but I wouldn't recommend going and buying it just because it's not manufactured, it's not supported. We're continuing to look for other solutions for on-the-go productions and an affordable solution for having a good network when you go into new locations. One that we're starting to have some success with is the new Google router. It's
$100, do you want me to get one of those too? I know where that is. It's meant for your home. It doesn't have a built-in battery, so you have to plug it into a power source. It does use a USB-C power adapter, and it may be possible to run it off of a USB battery if you have one that has a higher amperage, that it can actually run it. But you will have to supply power to it, and it has a mesh network component where you can use multiple devices together to extend your network. Now, we haven't fully tested this to say with confidence that it works with Switcher and that you'll get the results that you want. That is something that we are exploring and trying to use in some different situations and scenarios. But if you're using Switcher and you get on your home router, or you're at a coffee shop, or you're at work and you're having networking problems, if you're dropping frames, if the video's jittery, it's probably your Wi-Fi. And a good way to fix that quickly and easily is to have a router that's dedicated to your Switcher setup, where you can control the settings and kind of have that bubble that's just for your Switcher production. And this new Google router is a good one to check out. So we'll drop a link in the comments. We'll talk more about that. But I know we do have a really nice blog post.
We took it home to test it.
That's right.
That's where it is.
That's why I can't find it. That would make a lot of sense.
If you want to Google it, we could do a screen share real quick, but we'll keep talking.
Yeah, so Randy has a question that says, why would you not want to get the pocket router? So the reason we wouldn't suggest getting the pocket router is because they're not manufactured anymore. D-Link's not supporting it. So if anything goes wrong with it and you have questions, they don't offer support for it, and we can't really offer you support regarding this device either.
Also, if you buy this one, it's going to be used and it's going to be 3 times what it should be.
It's going to be really expensive compared to what the original cost is. The other reason would be that other pocket routers are not going to be the 5 gigahertz connection that we recommend. So just in general, pocket routers are not a good option anymore. They would have been, but they don't really exist in the way that we would like them to, that would be beneficial for your setup. But if you find any pocket routers that you think fit the bill, please let us know.
Angela, can you
Yes.
make a post in the user group? We'll send out share links for pocket routers that you come
Yes.
across, and maybe we'll find a winner in there.
Yeah,
But-
maybe we'll find
Fingers
something that
crossed.
works.
Yeah. And also, if you guys are interested in doing a mobile hotspot and just have never done it before, never set it up, most phones will actually have it in the main settings screen. If it's not there, or if there's a problem with it, you just have to call your provider instead of the manufacturer provider, and they'll be able to set it up. I know, as Whitney mentioned earlier, some plans will not offer the mobile hotspot.
Some
Mine,
carriers.
unfortunately, is
Or it'll be an
one-
additional charge on
Right.
the
Yeah.
plan.
And it's just because of the plan that I'm on.
I currently have Sprint, and I believe Sprint as a whole does not allow hotspots from your phone. So,
Don't hold her to that.
yeah, don't hold me to that, but I don't have the ability to do mobile hotspots on my phone, and that's been the case for as long as I can remember. But I know that Verizon and T-Mobile have plans with that option. So you'll want to check your plan, make sure that your plan has the hotspot option in it. If it doesn't, it's probably something you can add to it. I'm not sure about Sprint. I can check in on that, and we'll
I
find
know
out.
I know for mine, I'm on AT&T. Great overall. I'm on the grandfathered in unlimited data plan back from 2009 when I got my first iPhone. They no longer offer that plan, and unfortunately, they won't offer a mobile hotspot on an unlimited data plan for obvious reasons.
That would make
sense. So the alternative, there's a little device that I can purchase.
Oh, hey, we're back.
Hi.
Surprise.
Yeah. So, I don't know, if you guys have been watching for the last couple weeks, you've noticed that we've complained about the construction noise. Well, now we have construction internet outage. Yay!
This is our guess, our hope. I don't
Yeah,
know.
we think it's probably the construction. It's right above us, and we also happen to have the networking closet attached
over
to our
there.
office. So we assume that they accidentally cut a cord. So I think the internet is out.
Real quick, if you were watching the previous stream, welcome back. If you are just getting a notification and checking this out, we were doing our weekly broadcast.
Yeah, go back and check that part out.
And it was really good. And we were almost done and actually getting ready to say goodbye. And yeah, someone cut the cord.
Snip
so.
on the internet.
This is our sign off. Thanks again for
Yeah,
tuning
thanks for
in.
tuning in. We appreciate it. If you want to see anything specific in the next couple weeks, comment, let us know, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.